option you get into, right? So we had when you jump over that first escape, you make a roll from side control. The forward roll, which I showed in the last one. But maybe you're not a normal Plata person, but you still like side control. Who doesn't like side control? So we're here at side control. We switch to reverse kick this time. Okay? Pulling the hip or the knee, right? And we start to slide up. Slide up, keeping my butt on the floor, then slide up against his tricep. It's going to start getting uncomfortable on his shoulder here. And easily I just kind of like let my hips slip over that elbow. And as he starts to move around a little bit and do something here, I'm going to step back and find his wrist. And again, I'm able to get to the same position. Okay? So there's just a way we can easily get to the same spot from the top. Alright? Nothing to do with the flat. Okay, push that elbow out and start to lock in the position like we always do. Now let's say you're trying everything from here, you're trying to get the hand inside, you're just having a little bit of an issue, having a hard time to get the grips that you need, whether on the wrist that we did, or the Americana, or a cross choke, you're having a hard time. So once I've kind of like seen through all of my options, I can start to give him some opportunities to give me something else, okay? But also give him some more freedom to feel that he can escape in a different way. So sometimes you give a little, and then he is going to do whatever he can, right? But I'm also going to take what I want out of it, right? And what I like to say is this is what I call funneling. So like he has all these options, right? And then you're going to limit his movement. So he's going to get funneled into the submission or in the direction that you like. And I'll explain. So right here, it's like he's at pretty much zero options, right? He cannot turn out, turn in, move up, move back. You know, all of his options are pretty tough, right? And hopefully you guys felt that already, that you're pretty, have a lot of control here from the top and very limited movement from the bottom, all right? But now as I open up here, adjust it as necessary, you can start to see like, okay, if I give him all this space, what's going to be his movement? Yeah, he's going to turn this way, right? Why is he going to turn that way? Because, well, let's see. Like, if he tries to turn away, it's not happening, right? If he tries to roll backwards, sit forward, you know, it's not happening. Even like I tried to demonstrate with Carl earlier, if he tries to get guard, bring his leg over my head or whatever, it's very hard because it's hard for him to move his shoulders. It's hard for him to actually finish his guard recovery, even if he was able to get his leg in front. So I'll avoid the guard by just putting my hand on the knee. And what's left? We funneled him into only one real solid option, which is probably going to be like a hard turn. Show what you would want to do. Come to the top, and this is what he's hoping for, right? That's what he wants, okay? So it's really the only option that he has, and I'm sure he's very happy to take. The wrist is coming, slip up, come up with your hips, your back step, there's the wrist, catch it, pinch it, and you're back to your position. All right, let's funnel him into the direction we want. We're gonna open the door for him to escape. He starts to turn, right? He's gonna take the bait, and my chest is gonna follow his elbow, okay? So I wanna talk about that for a second. So as he goes to turn, the point of his elbow stays in the center of my chest, right? I don't wanna let him, as he turns, I don't wanna let him get a deep underhook on me here, all right? So as he turns in, which I'm expecting, my chest just folds down, right? Now as he tries to get that deep underhook, he's hit a wall. That's all he can get, and an easy entry to my keyword, okay? So as he reaches across, my chest folds. This is the first hand that will go in, okay? This one first. This one's gonna come second. And the reason for that is because if I grab his wrist first, he's gonna close his elbow, and it's gonna be hard. Just close your elbow to your wrist. Yeah, and then I can't mention, because maybe he knows it's coming, right? So when he shoots the arm across, number one, right? Now, can he hide his elbow anymore? No. Can he hide his wrist? No. His wrist is right there for me, I can take it anytime, right? Now I'm gonna bring his knuckles to his lower back. And if I decide I want to keep this, I'm happy with that, I'll let that other arm go, I don't need it anymore. It served its purpose of control, and I'm ready to go through the finish, okay? So we'll finish two more here. Okay, so my leg is over his head, back toes are digging into the mat, my elbow is on the outside of his hip, and I'm gonna really focus on this idea of act like I want to scrape his knuckles up his back, like that. So I'm keeping him in the weakest position he can be of this muscle, his tricep. Right? I don't want to let him muscle out of this move. So I keep him in this bent chicken wing style position. That's because a lot of people finish the Kimura like this, you know, and don't really think there's nothing wrong with it. But he's in a position now that he can give me a lot more resistance. Do you feel that, Tsun? Yeah. You can fight out of it a lot more. Yeah, give me a lot more straight arms, exactly. Then if I had you here, right, trying to keep the hand close to his back. Okay, so if he tries to straighten his arm here, he's very weak. And also looking at my forearm as like a structure to support his wrist, right? As opposed to being here where it's just my wrist, there's nothing supporting this movement, right? Or if I'm out here, and again, there's nothing supporting him from scooting away. So I'm going to go here, okay? Everything come here, all right? Or you can finish here as well, okay? With a nice tight knees. So the first move we're going to look at is getting into Kimura. Stand back, when you're about ready, no rush, right? He doesn't know what's coming either. I lift up a little bit, open that leg, catch it, pinch, and you guys know from here, okay? Now you've explored options from here. You start to open up, and as he takes that bait, your chest folds. 1, 2. Come in. Okay, you want to sit with it, ready to go. Elbow comes to the outside. Act like you're going to kick the tummy, but step over the head and finish. Okay? Be careful your hips are not on the floor. You don't want your partner to sit up. If my weight is too far down, he might be able to sit up. Yes. So I want to be a little higher. Right? Instead of his chest. Find that perfect position where you feel good and you're not going to get rocked. Okay? Let's do one more. You find that arm again. Now, sometimes it can happen that you're thinking like, I'm going to go for the Kimura. Here, right? When he gives it to me. But when you go for it, he's too deep, right? Maybe you get a grip around my back. And I can't reach it now, right? I can't reach it. So I'm losing it, okay? But again, I'm keeping this arm, so when he comes up to his knees, he can't really finish getting back up. If I want to, I'll put him back down, right? But the point of Jiu-Jitsu is to find the submission, right? So when he starts turning in, and I've missed the Kimura, I'm just gonna come here, okay, to his elbow, right? His elbow obviously past the center of my chest, so option number 2, down the line. When you come and act like it's, treat the elbow like a heel. Okay, start to open up his elbow, like a wing, okay? What this is doing is this killing the muscle of his lat. So no matter how strong he is, as I open this up, it's gonna take away almost all the power that he has in his lat to close this elbow and fight it. So this is a high leverage point here. We're not using the hand, right? We're using the inner wrist, just like a heel, okay? Now as he comes up, if I can find a hook here, great. I frame against the head. Okay, he wants to come up, he wants to finish this, but his arm is still stuck. When I'm ready, I'll let that arm go, but in trade for the other arm as he comes up, keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. Maybe you find a hook on that far shoulder, right? Kind of right here, okay, to keep him away until you get that leg over. And we're back to the omoplata. You can go all the way through if you like. Maybe he does a forward roll. Again, we're back to that same spot if you missed the submission. Okay, and again, look, there it is. Kimura's right here, or he gets a little deeper. I missed the Kimura. I treat it like a, find that hook right here, push the head, and once I'm all the way down, I'm going to trade to the other side. Okay, and you can explore getting back, explore omoplata. Hopefully finish it, but if not, you do the forward roll. We review what we did before, right? Back to it again. We're back to it again. Okay? If you feel like you're kind of losing the wrist, adjust. Like I was doing right now. Okay? Find your control. You can't find a submission there. Give him the obvious escape. You know? This is almost like how can he resist? Right? See? If you're right here, right? And I have you in control here, and you've been suffering here for a minute or so. And then all of a sudden you see this easy opportunity. It's so hard to resist to go this way, right? And how can he go, how can he turn that way without giving me his arm? It's tough, right? Keep your elbow really close to your body. Don't give me your arm and turn over. it's very hard for him to resist again, like not trying to knock me over and getting body control. This is, you know, natural wrestling, body control, getting that body control here, the body lock, whatever, right? So he's exposing himself as he does it, and that's what we're taking advantage of this position, okay? So this is another very high percentage move that we can look into from here. And again, give me the opportunity as he turns, my chest follows. I find one, okay, or okay. Take your time letting the bottom arm go and finding the next move. All right. Just to make things, just see things from, if it helps another perspective. All the submissions that we did from here, you can do without that arm trap. Okay? You can do broad stroke the same way that I did. You sit down, fall down as he comes up. I'm here. Okay? I can do this one as well. From here. You can do it the same way. Okay? As he turns in this way, I can find my kimura. As he turns in, I can find my omoplata. Okay? The benefit of having the bottom arm is timing, right? I control his speed way more, right? Way more. So I can take my time setting it up. I take the essence of like speed and timing pressure of me having to react at the correct time out of the equation, you know? If I have a good bite on that forearm, he's super slow, right? You can't really react at the speed that you would like to. And I can take my time entering all of these submissions. So even if you say, like, I don't like any of that side control stuff, I don't like the omoplata, I don't like that bite on the forearm, it doesn't work for me, it doesn't feel right to me, all these submissions are super valid regardless, okay? So hopefully you see it at one way or another with this little addition of what I'm calling the clamp, or just the submissions on its purest form, right, from separate. All right, let's try. 1, 2, 3.